Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to deploy a resource group to Azure using Terraform. So this is going to be a first look, like as if you have no experience with Terraform. So if you've used Terraform before, probably want to skip this one, but come back to the channel, might have some cool stuff in the future. Planning on doing some deeper dives into Terraform. So there's a little bit of prep work before we get started. You'll need an IDE with a terminal. I'm using VS Code. It's free and it works pretty well for me. You'll also need an Azure account. So just go to portal.azure.com and sign up there. And if it's your first time, you'll get, I think, 12 months free or access to their free tier. So everything we're doing today won't cost you anything. And of course, you'll need Terraform installed. So I use TFENV. I'm on a Mac. So there is a Windows alternative called TF Switch, but just Google how to install TFENV or TF Switch. On a Mac, it's just like a homebrew install, so pretty easy. I'll show you that here. So TFENV list. This shows all the versions that I have installed, so it's pretty quick and easy to switch between different versions depending on what you need. And today we're going to be using 1.3.6, which is not the latest, but pretty close at this time. And lastly, we'll need Azure CLI. So again, just Google that. It's probably going to be the first link from Microsoft. It shows you how to install it on Windows and Mac. So just follow the instructions there. It's not too bad. Okay, so with that out of the way, I think we can start on our Terraform. So I've added this code ahead of time right here, and let me just try to walk you through it. So this provider block, as they call it, the block is just these first three lines. The provider is how you tell Terraform where you want to deploy stuff. So provider Azure RM, RM stands for Resource Manager, I think. This could also be AWS, or there's also one for like an on-premises, if you had some local servers that you were deploying to. And then there's a feature block that's required. And trust me, if you don't have this, Terraform will yell at you. Next, we have the resource block. So resource is just a way of telling Azure you want to deploy a resource. Pretty straightforward there. And then this is what Azure calls it, Azure RM. There's Resource Manager again, underscore resource underscore group. And then this second name can be whatever you want it to be. My resource group. And a resource group in Azure has two required variables, name and location. And these are just strings, so I've filled them out here. And the way I know this is from the Terraform registry. So if you just Google Terraform registry resource group, and again, click on this first link, you'll see that looks familiar. And then you can see the arguments that are required, location and name. And then optionally, we can add tags. And tags are just ways to organize your resources. Once you have a lot of them, it's kind of nice to have. So you could tag everything with like finance or accounting just to stay organized. Okay, let's start deploying some Terraform. So we're going to start with an AZ login. And you see it opens up my browser here and asks me to sign in. You've logged into Microsoft Azure. So this is connecting Terraform to my Azure account so that I can deploy stuff through Terraform. Okay, so you can see the output of that command. I have access to one subscription here. There's my subscription ID. Don't use that because you won't be allowed to deploy anything. Sorry. So this is a good sign. This means that we're good to go. We can proceed with the rest of our Terraform. So the next step is to run a Terraform init. So this initializes our repository or our folder here. You can see it downloads that latest version of the provider that we mentioned up here. You can also restrict it to a certain version, but I'll show that in a later video. So this just pulled the latest, and you can see that Terraform has been successfully initialized. Again, good. So now we'll run a Terraform plan, and this will read our code and basically print out everything that we're going to deploy without actually deploying it. So what we expect to see here, there we go. So what we expect to see here is one resource to add, which is that resource group. And you can see the location is East US and the name is Trey RG. So that looks good. So after we've reviewed the plan and everything looks good, we can run a Terraform apply and give that a minute. Okay, and you can see here, it's the same as our plan, so nothing has changed, that's good. And it's asking to approve the deployment. So it only accepts yes, YES, enter. And pretty quick, it's just one resource group. And you can see 1 added, 0 changed, and 0 destroyed. So let's go to the portal. And I am logged in to that same account. And I'm here in my only subscription. Let's refresh. Give it another refresh. There we go. And you can see there's our Trey RG. So this is where all of your other resources would be deployed, your VNets, your VMs, all that good stuff. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's a quick and easy way to deploy a resource group. I will quickly show you how to destroy it. Terraform destroy. Okay, so you can see one resource will be destroyed. And just double check that is the resource group that we're trying to destroy. 0 to add, 0 to change, 1 to destroy. And again, we type yes. And we can see that that destroy is complete. And hopefully I didn't make you wait a minute. But let's go check in the portal just to make sure. So we're back in the subscription 1 and we'll refresh and it's gone. All right. So hopefully that was helpful. Just a quick video on how to deploy a resource group into Azure. Make sure you come back to the channel. I'll be making more videos on how to deploy other things and more advanced topics. And yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.